Reaching out from the world that lies beyond, they glide through the portals of our imagination. They shouldn't exist, but they do. They appear in the wink of an eye and vanish in the pound of a heartbeat. Where they come from, what they want, only they know. They are beyond life, beyond death, to some of us, beyond belief. But you are about to meet ordinary men and women who have witnessed them, walked with them, even embraced them. Real people who have come face to face with real ghosts.
Nestled next to the coast of San Diego, California, one can find the Hotel Del Coronado. It has stood for over 100 years and will no doubt stand for 100 more. Presidents, prime ministers, and movie stars have all passed through its gates. And the hotel is still one of the greatest examples of Victorian architecture. But since 1892, strange reports have been circulating about the ghost of a beautiful young woman named Kate Morgan, an apparent suicide. Her story captivated a respected criminal attorney named Alan May, who was determined to check into a very specific room of the hotel.
What can I tell you, Mr. May? As far as I know, room 3502 is the one that... Well, you were there last night. Didn't you hear anything?
Yeah, I heard the elevator, I heard the ice machine. Look, I'm not trying to be difficult, I just don't think that was the room. According to the stories, Kate spent her days looking out the window, waiting for her lover to come. The room I was in had no window. Besides, you said yourself the last 2 times they redesigned this hotel, they changed all the room numbers. Now, according to all the records, that would have been room 302 in 1892. That's the room I want.
Let me see if it's free. This is very strange. According to the computer, room 3312 is out of service.
Is it supposed to be out of service?
No, it's not. You want it?
Yeah. In my line of work, gut feelings are very important. You have to trust them. You find yourself looking at people and objects and just knowing something about them. I wouldn't say that at that moment I believed that the room was haunted, but I did have a feeling that, haunted or not, this was Kate Morgan's room. This was where she was staying on the night she killed herself. At first, nothing unusual happened. At first. Hi.
Hi.
Any messages for Alan May in 3312?
Are you sure that's your room? 3312.
Yes. Why, is there a problem?
The computer says you've checked out. That room's out of service.
What can I tell you? I'm here.
I'm sorry about this, sir. I'll take care of it immediately. You have no messages.
Thanks.
Our original reason for going out here, I mean, we can sit in the car and drive along and count 10 or 50.
That night, I couldn't sleep. It was like I was waiting for something to happen. But what?
What's wrong?
Just follow me. Do you see it? TV's off. I spent the night in the chair by the window. Sometime before dawn, the face slowly vanished. I needed some explanation, and the past seemed like a good place to start. I don't think I was converted. I'm still not sure I believe in ghosts. I mean, a lot of things could explain what I saw. I'm just not sure what they are. A strange calm came over me. It was the kind of feeling I get when I've just agreed to take on a new case. To my surprise, Kate's paper trail still existed, and it told a very curious story. Kate was married and deeply in love with a handsome con man named Tom Morgan.
How many cards would you like, Mr. Fairchild?
I'll take 3.
Together, they traveled the country under assumed names, never staying in one place for long, for good reason.
Here's your drink, Mr. Fairchild.
Well, thank you, Miss Bernard.
And here's yours, Charles. I put in 3 pieces of ice, just like you wanted.
Thank you, Lottie.
Your sister's very lovely, Bernard. I'll see your bet and raise you 50.
I think you're bluffing, Mr. Fairchild. I'll see your raise. Call.
Three aces.
Full house.
Someday, Mr. Bernard, you'll have to tell me how you did it. Night, Miss Bernard. You're a hell of a card player, Mr. Bernard.
You were wonderful, darling. Simply wonderful.
You were the wonderful one, Mrs. Morgan. You were so busy looking at you that I could have changed hands 3 times and gotten away with it.
You know what I'd like most, Mr. Morgan? I'd like someday to be able to wear my wedding ring out in public.
You will, Kate. If we keep scoring like this, in a few years, we'll be able to retire.
Actually, I was thinking maybe I'd retire a little earlier than that. I'm pregnant, Tom.
You can't be.
Well, I am.
Your job is to take their minds off the game. Nobody's gonna look twice at a pregnant woman. This ruins the whole scam.
Kate and Tom moved on. When she could no longer travel, Tom abandoned her. Kate waited for him to return, and waited. Sadly, Kate was to lose her child. Distraught, she hoped Tom might meet with her in San Diego. Kate had her child there and waited for him, hoping he'd come back to her. Kate checked into the Del Coronado and spent the next few days getting up her courage to confront Tom.
Mr. Tom Morgan staying here?
No, there is no one in the register by that name.
Do you have a Mr. Bernard registered?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, Mr. and Mrs. Bernard checked in yesterday. Whom should I tell them is calling?
No, it's all right. That won't be necessary. Just tell Mr. Bernard that his sister stopped by, and perhaps I could leave a note.
Oh.
Later, that same evening, they found Kate's body. She had died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That poor, lonely young woman waiting for a lover that would never come. Kate Morgan's story made sense to me now. Certainly, it would explain the presence of a ghost, if that's what I was dealing with. Ghost or not, my heart went out to Kate. But as I returned to the Del Coronado that night, I had the feeling that I was missing something. Or had the police missed something? The police had missed something, something vital. The gun that Kate had supposedly used was a .44 American Bulldog. Yet the slug taken from her skull at the autopsy was a .38, a much smaller bullet.
I got your note, Kate. What do you want?
I thought I wanted you. I don't anymore.
What do you want, Kate? You want money? Is that it? You want a divorce? You can have it. Just tell me what you want, Kate. Don't be foolish, Kate.
You lied to me. You hurt me.
Kate, please.
Kate, behind you! Tom picked up Kate's gun and fired it into the dirt of the potted palm on the landing. He placed the gun in Kate's hand and walked away. He just committed a perfect crime. Everyone believed that Kate Morgan had killed herself. That is, until 98 years later, when a skeptical attorney took up her case.
Weighted down by the tragedy he had witnessed, Alan May decided to tend to Kate's grave. He had purchased the headstone so Kate would not be cast aside in death as she had been in life. Later, Alan would discover that Kate Morgan had an earlier child who had survived. Unable to care for him, she had left him in the home of a close friend a San Francisco reverend who then raised the boy as his own son. And amazingly, that reverend was Alan May's own great-grandfather. In a moment, Alan May talks about his encounter with real ghosts. Alan May's experience with the ghost of Kate Morgan ran contrary to his training, background, and his very belief system.
For the last 18 years, I've been a practicing attorney here in California, primarily doing murder cases, homicide cases, dealing in facts, dealing in evidence, dealing in witnesses, the credibility of witnesses, and trying to separate fact from fiction in terms of what people believe they see and what they say they see. I've also served in Washington on the White House staff twice and as an assistant to several cabinet officers, again dealing with facts and dealing with what really has to be adjudicated in terms of reality. So this whole metaphysical experience is very bizarre to me. It's something I've never believed in before. I believe in it now, though, because not only did I have the experience of seeing what I saw, but I've got 4 or 5 witnesses who also saw it too, so I have to come to the conclusion I wasn't incompetent or non-compos mentis, but I was seeing what I saw.
While the ghost of Kate Morgan might well become a San Diego tourist attraction, the ghost inhabiting a toy store in Sunnyvale, California had the opposite effect. Frustrated Toys R Us employees sought professional help.
This is a place in which they had lost, or reportedly had lost, 6 managers. So out of desperation, they called me and said, would you please come in because we think we have a ghost. It's a story of unrequited love, and not like some of the violence we see at other, let's say, ghost stories. It's sad, it's tragic.
It was the new frontier of California, barely tamed by farms and orchards. The year was 1884, the season, spring.
Elizabeth.
Yanni, you have to stop writing me these letters.
I don't mean to upset you.
You have. And if I told my father, he would ask you to leave.
But I love you.
And I love someone else.
I know I'm just a caretaker. I don't have very much to offer, but what riches I do have are in my heart.
I don't love you, Yanni. You have to understand that. I don't mean to hurt you, but I'm getting married in 6 days, and it's best that you forget about me.
Wait, you don't know me. You barely knew I existed till I wrote those letters. How do you know you don't love me?
I feel nothing for you.
I won't rest until you marry me. Elizabeth, don't go!
fire?
There's something back there.
Where?
In the storeroom. It touched me, and it said something.
Oh, what touched you?
Excuse me, are you the manager?
Yes.
There's something wrong with your bathroom. The water comes on by itself. I turned the faucet off, but it came back on again. I think you need a plumber.
Oh, I'll call one right away. Thank you.
May I please have the rest of the day off?
Oh, whatever it is that scared you back there, I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it. Come on, I'll show you. Oh, it's only the storeroom. Nothing to be afraid of.
I'd love to hear your explanation.
Okay, guys, we got a little problem. So I am putting the storeroom off limits for the next couple of days.
Rumor has it there's ghosts in the storeroom. Welcome to Ghosts R Us. Can I haunt you?
This is not a joke. And if you go around saying that there's a ghost, then we're liable to lose all of our customers. So until I can figure out exactly what this is, it's business as usual. Okay?
Bill.
Did you stack them like that?
No.
Toys R Us.
Hi, it's me. I'm at the library with Margie, and we just found out some really interesting information. A long time ago, most of Sunnyvale was owned by a man named Martin Murphy. Well, the house that he lived in was built on the exact same spot that the store is on now. We think he's the ghost haunting the store.
We also found a lady we think can help us. She's a psychic researcher. Her name is Sylvia Brown.
I need her right away. Uh-huh.
Elizabeth! Elizabeth! Help me.
From what I can tell, this has all the signs of a real haunting.
What exactly is a haunting?
It's spirits that don't know they're dead, or they resist going towards the light. Sometimes it's just unfinished business, or they just don't want to go. You see, in this case, Yanni Janssen is in a time warp, and he really believes that he's still part of this Martin Murphy ranch.
So how long will he be doing this for?
Months, years, maybe.
Well, how do I get rid of him?
With a silver bullet.
Well, really, we have to convince him that he's dead. Yanni, are you with us? Yanni, can you hear me? I can feel his presence now. It's getting stronger. He's coming towards us.
I can see him. He looks a lot like Casper.
He's coming around the corner now. Hello, Yanni. Come closer so we can see you. You're looking for someone. Her name is Beth. Elizabeth Murphy. Is this Martin Murphy's wife? No. This is his daughter. I'm sorry. No, she's not here. I know you loved her. She's very beautiful. Yes, I know how you can find her. She's on the other side. She's gone towards the light. You have to go towards the light, Yanni. You have to go towards the light to find Beth. Yanni, go towards the light.
Thank you.
Hopefully he's gone. But his love was so strong.
Good job. Good night. Good night, good job. Hey, drive safe now, okay? Is anybody here? Hello?
When we return, you'll meet some of the employees who met a real ghost. Yanni's appearance in the 1982 seance, as evidenced by this famous infrared photograph, was not his last haunting. In January of 1991, we revisited the Sunnyvale Toys R Us, where employees, past and present, gathered to talk about their experiences in the intervening years.
I heard my name being called. And, you know, I listened again, and I turned around, and I couldn't see who was calling me. And I said, wait a minute, she's not even working today. And I'd get back up, and I'd start fixing the overstock again, and I'd hear it again. And then I'd feel my hair being caressed. And it just, ugh.
And the one little teddy bear, instead of just falling down like it normally would, went out into an arch down to the floor. And I said to the manager, "You say what? Did that frighten you?" And he said, it sure did, Put. So now when I go into the stock room, I bless myself and I say, hi, Johann. It's only me doing a day's work.
I had gone in to use the restroom, was in one of the restroom stalls, heard the door open, heard the water turn on, kind of looked under, saw nobody in the restroom. The water turned off, the door opened, and I refused to use the restroom the rest of the 6 weeks I was here.
Someday, of course, he will leave. Maybe Beth will come for him, some loving entity will grab him. He'll go on to the white light, but until that time, he still walks up and down these halls looking for his lost love.
Though many ghosts are determined individuals, a haunting can also be a group decision. Witness the events that surrounded the recent demolition of an elementary school.
Well, my sons and I were the lucky guys who got the job of knocking down the school. Just another job, I thought. I was wrong. My name is Joe Torres.
Dad, we gotta get started. I know. I'm just waiting for your brother and Leo to finish their inspection. They went inside. We should be okay.
Looks like everything's ready.
All right, then. Let's go tell your dad to get started. What was that?
Sounds like kids.
What the hell are they doing here?
Didn't you have a childhood, Leo? Deserted buildings are great. You can hide and seek in them, or go treasure hunting, or even looking for dead bodies or ghosts.
Yeah, well, I had a childhood, but I knew a hell of a lot better than to hang out in a building that was about to be torn down.
I could have swore the noise was coming from in here.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was just in our heads. I'll go get Joe.
Somebody in here? Hey, kid, what are you doing in here?
Give me a break, Leo.
Look, Joe, I'm serious. Gabe heard it too.
What the hell is the matter with you?
Inside the classroom.
Huh?
There was writing. It was there.
Hey, you see, I told you.
Listen, I don't have time for this.
Joe, I'm telling you, there's something in there.
Fine. What do you want me to do? Call Ghostbusters? Come on, everybody.
We're taking this mother down right now. Miguel, come on, crank it up. Let's get going.
I don't know what happened.
We'll try it again. Morris, get your butt onto that other piece. Come on, hurry up. All right, son.
I'll go make a phone call, get someone down here to take care of this. I'm losing my shirt on this job. What else can go wrong?
Help! Help! Somebody help us!
Somebody else! I need some help over here! Hey, hey.
The thing with the ladder drove off half my crew. And it wasn't over. In the afternoon, a lady named Elaine Ireland paid us a visit. She'd heard about the trouble we were having and thought she could help. She said she was a psychic. What can I tell you? I was skeptical. Can you actually hear them?
Yes, they live here. This is their home.
Are they trying to scare us?
No. I hear laughing and singing. These are happy spirits. They were fed here, they were loved here, they were protected. This is their home. There's nothing but positive energy here.
So, what do they want?
Mr. Torres, it's obvious what they want. They don't want you here.
They don't want us here.
They want you to go.
To go?
Yes, to go. How would you like it if someone was destroying your home?
But lady, there's nothing we can do. We got a job, and we have to do it.
I know, Mr. Torres, and I know you don't believe in the spirits, but they're here, and they intend to stay right here.
Maybe I should have listened. The next day, even more guys left. But what was I supposed to do? It was a job. And where I come from, you don't say no to work. Ghosts or no ghosts. I was ready to try anything. I even brought in a priest to perform an exorcism.
Oh, Heavenly Father, we ask you to have mercy upon these souls and allow them the rest that they seek within the sanctuary of your heavenly kingdom. Take them from our midst and grant them eternal peace. Amen.
Whatever the priest did, worked. I was ready to believe in miracles if it was going to help me get the work done. By the afternoon, we were beginning to make back some of the lost.
Thanks, Leo. Mr. Torres, I got trouble.
What's the matter with you, Otto? I told you Morris would help you demolish that wall.
No, that ain't it, Mr. Torres. I mean, I can't go back out there.
Otto, we took care of those ghost things. They're gone.
No, I can't go back. I got a feeling if I do, something terrible's gonna happen.
Yeah? Well, if you don't go back in, something even worse is gonna happen to you. You'll get fired. Now, please listen and try to understand. We are running behind. I need you.
But Mr. Torres...
Otto!
Wall just exploded.
Poor guy. He said something better.
Still coming down, no matter what.
In spite of the accident, the job was soon finished. All that remains of Metz Elementary School is a vacant lot and many unanswered questions. After the job, Joe Torres dug up one of the trees from the school and planted it in his daughter's front yard. Several days later, his son-in-law called to say that he heard voices coming from the tree. They were the voices of children singing and laughing.
Well, I was never one to believe in ghosts or spirits, but since I got reports and my equipment went down and my superintendent's wife stopped and his pickup wouldn't run and walls falling the wrong way, and my son bringing it to my attention that they've heard and have felt and experienced some noises in there, and I began to think otherwise.
Well, these children demanded attention, and they certainly got it, these spirits. There are at least 20 new believers and people with new respect for the spirit world.
They're planning to build a new school there, of course, and I just wish them luck. I hope they don't go through the same experience that I did, and I just hope they have better luck than I did.
What compels the haunting events that we have witnessed tonight? Why do ordinary men and women experience such extraordinary things? All that we know for certain is that there are many other stories waiting to be told. Other stories of real ghosts.